Hey friends! In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 different methods you can use to install your miracle knots. I really said I wasn't going to do these, but everybody's looked so good, I was like, let me go ahead and jump in here and try this. Really quickly, I just want to show y'all my process. The hair that I'm using is from IC Hair. I got the Burmese curly hair in 20 inches. This hair is super soft and curly, so I love that. I already knew going into this I did not want to be doing this all day, so I split my hair into 3 sections. The front pieces I split into half and then one in the back. So I already knew I was going to try to do 4 rows on the front on each side and 5 rows going up the back. Again, I wanted these to be super large because I didn't want to be doing this all day. I have moving scalp, so it's really hard for me to get my part straight, but luckily the hair is going to cover it all up anyway, so it's fine. I'm using a little bit of Shine and Jam just to help me smooth the hair, but not too much because I didn't want a whole lot of buildup at my scalp. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start plaiting my natural hair down. And once I get to about an inch left of my hair left out, I am going to go ahead and feed in a piece of the Burmese curly hair. Now, if you do not want to feed in any hair, you definitely can skip this step and you can simply follow one of the 3 methods that I'm going to share and just do one of those all the way to the end of your hair. I felt like it would be easier to do this because it would make sure that all of my hair was properly tucked away. Whereas if you do like one of the crochet methods or something like that, you may have some of your hair still kind of left out, which again is fine, but I just prefer to have all of my ends tucked away. Some people that I've seen do this method, they tie a knot at the end of their hair to make sure that it doesn't unravel, but I'm not doing that, and I have had this hair in for over a week and I haven't had any slip out yet, so just use the Shine and Gem to help smooth everything together. As you can see in that last clip, my hair is looking very boneless, so now it's time to go in and fill in with this hair. You get about 32 strands of hair with each pack of this hair. I got 4 packs. I started off with 3. What y'all will see in this video was 3 packs, but I ended up going in the next day and adding a 4th pack. So you're going to want to find the string that's in the middle of each of the strands of hair. For this method, I'm going to stick the crochet needle through my hair at the root, and then I'm going to pull through the piece of string so that there's a loop. I'm going to cross it over, pull the hair through, and just basically tie it into a loose knot at the root of my hair. What's important about this is to make sure that that thread part is at the base of your hair, whether it's in the middle or at the top of your hair. So I'm showing you again here. I'm going to stick the crochet needle through the braid. Then I'm going to grab that piece of thread and hook it onto the crochet hook, close the latch, and pull that through the braid. Then I'm only going to pull it through about an inch, take off the crochet hook, grab that loop and cross it over the braid and pull that other strand of hair through the braid and pull it tight to secure a knot. Again, making sure that that string is tied to the base. So that's the traditional method that was introduced by the girl who created it. So now I'm going to show you method 2. This method uses no crochet hook, but there is still a knot. So basically you're going to do the same thing that you were doing with the first method, except without the crochet. So you're just going to make a loop and then you're going to pull the hair from the opposite side through and make sure that the knot is tied at the base. So this is the correct way to do it, but let me show you what happens if you do not have that thread tied at the base. So when the thread is tied at the base, after you do some adjusting, it's going to be tight and it's not going to move or slide down the hair unless you're like really jerking at it, but it's pretty secure. But if you don't have it tied correctly, like I'm going to show you here, and the hair is tied at the base, then it is going to slip and fall out. So you really have to take your time with this method, which is why I would say that this method would not be my preferred method, because you would have to take more time to really make sure that you're tying it correctly. But you see here, when it's tied to the hair, even if I pull it tight, it's going to slide down the braid, which means you're going to be losing a lot of hair. So definitely don't do that, and if you use this method, take your time. Let's move on to method 3. Method 3 is a no knot method. So we're going to still do the same process of sticking the crochet needle through the braid. You're going to latch that string onto the hook and pull it through the hair. But then with this time you have that loop, and instead of only using that loop, you're going to pull one entire side of the hair through the braid. So as you can see with this, you have both strands of the hair out and the string is just in the middle of the braid. So now what you're going to do is put the crochet hook back through the braid again, about an inch down from where you did the first one. You're going to latch that thread back onto the hook, pull it through the braid, and so then the hair is kind of loose in between the braid. I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but basically the hair is secured through the middle of the braid, but it's not knotted. So I'm going to show you one more time. So again, you're going to stick the crochet hook through the braid. You're going to add the hair onto the hook with the thread. You're going to pull that piece through until the loop is there. You're going to remove the crochet hook, and then you're going to pull one whole strand of that hair through the braid until you have 2 even pieces with the thread in the middle of the braid. Then you're going to go about 1 inch down from that initial hook, and you're going to put the crochet hook through the braid again, and then you're going to grab one side of that hair and pull it back through the braid again. So what this does is create security for the hair without a knot, and you have one piece of that strand about 1 inch away from the other one. Hopefully this visual is helping y'all, because I'm sure I'm not explaining this well. And you see here my thread kind of got out of place, so I had to readjust it. But once it's adjusted and in place, the 2 little knots that are on the end of the thread help keep this in place. Out of these 3 methods shown, I decided to go with the first method just because I felt like that one was the fastest method, and I also feel like it's the most secure method. So to recap, that first method is the method where you push the crochet hook through the base, and then you have a loop and you cross the loop over to create a knot. I know a lot of people are concerned about this method because they think it's going to cause breakage or too much tension on the hair, but I personally haven't had that issue at all. I don't really feel like I've even had to brush this hair. I've had it in for a week and I've only brushed it once. Pretty much my routine is to put my hair into a loose bun at night. I wake up in the morning, I take it down, I fluff it out, and I'm good to go. If you do want the curls more defined, obviously you would probably want to put water and mousse and brush it out, but I actually really like the fluffy look of it. So maintenance has just been really easy for me. But this whole process took me right at about 5 hours, so I would say that the time is a lot less than if you were to do like traditional knotless braids. So I definitely will be doing these again, and I really love that this hair is reusable, because I know that when I take these out, I am going to just probably wash them and twist them up and reuse them again, and you don't have to worry about all that loose hair and connectile hair all over the house. Like, the cleanup was so much easier than it usually is, and the hair, obviously you can see in this clip, defines really well. Even with just water alone, it defines really well. And when I did brush it this day and the very next day to just get my final clips for this video, everything was very secure. I didn't have anything falling out. Yeah, no shedding at all. So I really like this. And if y'all have any questions that you want to leave, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. This is the next day after just letting the hair air dry and fluff out. I really like how big and bouncy these were. And then this is about a week later. So obviously my edges and stuff are a little more puffy, but the hair itself looks really good. So I would definitely recommend this. And thank y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Wow.